In the year 2025, are DVDs still worth it? Do they still mean anything? Or are they just obsolete forms of media from a bygone age? Let's talk about it. What is up, everybody? I hope you're all having a great week so far. Today we're going to be discussing a little topic video that I wanted to discuss because I see a lot in forums and in Reddit forums of people kind of shaming people who still buy DVDs to this day. And while I can see some people's points, people buying a brand new DVD of a new release, like people watching Dune 2 on a DVD when the Blu-ray is maybe like $3 more. Why can't you, why was it not? I can see some of those reasons, but to attack certain people just for the way they spend their money and the way they collect seems a bit unreasonable. And I just came here to defend y'all, or at least give my opinions, especially as a person who is a part of the Gen Z era, who don't really watch that many DVDs anymore. So I would like to give my 2 cents because I'm coming from the outside in, and so I can see a lot of the reasons why and why not, and I just wanted to discuss that today. So the reason why DVD, even in 2025, it's been over 20 years since the Blu-ray became the modern age, especially with the PS3 that came with a built-in Blu-ray player. It seemed like a no-brainer for modern film audiences to buy a Blu-ray over the DVD. But people forget that Nintendo Wii also sold like hotcakes and had DVD players built into them. In the year 2025, even though we have Blu-rays and 4K Ultra HD Blu-rays, even 20 years after DVD became the obsolete media format with the introduction of Blu-rays, it still holds 50% of the current sales market compared to Blu-rays and 4Ks. And this is brand new releases we're talking here. And the reason why that means so much is because folks are still out there buying those DVDs. Companies see that people are still buying those DVDs and thus produce more DVDs, adding more to the physical media landscape. You think that companies would still be producing discs if it didn't make money? Of course not. And I feel like a lot of people shame people who buy modern day movies on DVD, but again, they're the ones who are keeping our passion alive. They're the ones who are telling the studios that, hey, we still want to buy physical discs, either because of internet access or they haven't upgraded. Because I mean, you can get a Blu-ray player for really cheap. I've been to Goodwill's, you can find a Blu-ray player for like $5-10, but maybe some people don't have the display for it. We're putting all these assumptions in people's heads because we have a really good setup. Like, I always assume when people talk bad about 4K is that I'm watching a 4K on a really expensive setup with a modern LG OLED panel, and when people tell me that they don't see the things I see, I don't take it personally because everyone has different setups that suit them for themselves. Not everyone's a pixel peeping nerd, so they're not going to care about those extra pixels. And so that was also another thing that I wanted to comment on, is the quality of a DVD. I think people tend to now look at DVD as old and have seen really old DVDs that can look bad, but I've seen a lot of modern DVDs that really hold up, especially with these sports DVDs. I have a lot of wrestling DVDs, and when I pop them in the player, they look really good. That DVD set of the Nightmare on Elm Street 4-pack that was only like $5 at Walmart, which came with the 4 films, that looks really, really good. I even made a comparison video comparing the Blu-ray to the DVD, and a lot of people have this overwhelming feeling that, hey, the DVD looks really good and it stands really well, especially on my OLED. Like, when I first watched those DVDs on my old school plasma TV, looked absolutely fantastic. But even going to a modern LG OLED screen, it still looks really good. So there are times, and especially with some of these Blu-ray releases that haven't gotten to 4K, or some of these older, like, remember when those early Universal Blu-rays, those from 2005, I want to say 2005 to 2009 or 10, some of those transfers look absolutely garbage. And so comparing those to a DVD when you can get it for like 50 cents on the dollar, it would be a no-brainer to get the DVD. And that's another one of my reasons, is that DVDs are so cheap. They're probably cheaper than VHSs, because now I feel like VHSs are, I want to say, less mass-produced because they had not a very short time period, but I feel like from 85 or 80 something to 2000 to 2004, I believe. And I feel like the DVD momentum has been a lot more than the VHS. But again, I didn't really grow up in the VHS era. Even though I did have a lot of VHSs growing up, it was mostly DVDs. And now when you go to your local thrift store, a lot of DVDs. You see so many DVDs, and the reason why I love championing for DVDs is because they're dirt cheap, pennies on the dollar. But this can be one person's way into physical media. That was one of my ways into physical media, was to get one of the first ever physical media things that I actively bought because I wanted the physical media version of it, were these absolutely beautiful Lord of the Rings DVD extended edition cuts. Because not only was it super cheap, I got this for $1 a pop. $1 a pop. And not only did this help me rediscover my love for not only films, but for physical media, these feature bonus features that have never been ported onto a 4K, and I believe not even the Blu-ray. I spent a lot of money on this 4K Ultra HD box set, but this doesn't even come with any bonus features. Maybe it comes with a little bit, but the 4 to 10 hours each on each box set, and there's just so much care taken into these releases. Hours and hours of bonus features that are on this aren't available anywhere else. And I used to be a big proponent of like, who cares, you can just watch them on like YouTube, but a lot of them feature copyrighted music, and so they'll be really skewed, parts will be cut out, you won't get the full experience. This, because it's already ported onto the DVD disc, what are they gonna, is New Line Cinema gonna barge into my room like a Gestapo agent and remove these? No, they're not, obviously, because they have, you know, expired music licensing, obviously not. But on YouTube and on digital formats, that's obviously a thing that they can constantly edit out. Which goes into another point I want to make, is the unaltered content. When content is printed on a disc in the year 2000, it's going to stay on that disc. If I have content that I bought in 2010 on iTunes, I have a bunch of movies like Swiss Army Man got a random 4K upgrade. I didn't want that 4K upgrade because it's extremely, the restoration they did and how they made it really fucked up the actual image, and it ruined the encoding or something, because now every time I watch it, it looks really weird and it like skips a lot and it just looks terrible. Unaltered content like the DVD box set when we got those special editions, I think in 2005 or 4 or something like that, those Star Wars ones, where they actually gave us the George Lucas original cut, like the original theatrical cut, and we love that, and we haven't gotten it since, and it's nowhere legal to be able to buy it, but that DVD set is still there and you can still watch those movies. And then another thing is that not all movies were meant to be seen in HD. A lot of movies look really, really good on DVD, especially those early 2000s films, those filmed on early, I want to say early digital cameras. A film like 28 Days Later, you can find the DVD everywhere, but that Blu-ray is becoming harder and harder to come by. But when I looked at the two transfers, they're virtually the exact same. In fact, damn near the exact same. And when you can get the DVD for 50 cents and the Blu-ray people are trying to sell for $150 to $100, that's absolutely insane. And that's another point I want to make, is that DVDs are so mass produced, and sometimes the transfer looks pretty good compared to the Blu-ray, especially with a lot of these people trying to scalp these. You'd rather just buy the DVD, and the DVD is a great venue to watch films, especially if, you know, the Blu-ray is out of print, that it doesn't have a 4K, and you can get the DVD anywhere for dirt cheap. Go with the DVD. That's why DVDs, I would say that DVDs are not obsolete. I don't think any single physical format have been obsolete. Maybe UMDs, I guess, because people don't produce, I guess, what's it called, PSPs anymore, but you never know. Some people like it. But DVDs, in that sense, have never felt obsolete to me, because there's always so much new content that I'm rediscovering for the first time, so much content that allows filmmakers to get their movies out there. I remember going to a film festival and getting handed these free DVDs because they're so cheap to print on, they look pretty good, and they can get their movie out there. It'd be twice, if not 3 times the price if they wanted to do that with the Blu-ray. So it's actively aiding in continuing of filmmaking and the filmmaking community. Because I know a lot of us come from this aspect of collecting movies as a collecting hobby, but at the end of the day, we're supporting filmmakers and filmmaking, and that's what pushes the filmmaking industry. So DVDs allow new and upcoming filmmakers to get their content out there, especially if people like to watch movies on physical formats. And lastly, the point I wanted to make is that there are tons of movies that haven't even been ported to DVD, let alone Blu-ray, and there are tons of movies on DVD that haven't been ported to Blu-ray. So imagine all that content that's stuck on DVD that you would never be able to find anywhere else. That original 1988 Bourne Identity movie that I absolutely love because I used to watch it all the time on TV, it's not available on Blu-ray, but I have the DVD of it, even though it was from Value Village, so they marked it the fuck up. If I went to like a flea market or another thrift store, they'd sell this for like pennies on the dollar. It's a bad example because I got it from Value Village, and Value Village just sucks. But then also going back to the artistic aspect of DVDs, you can find, especially if you're a package collector, these are fantastic releases and you can get them for so cheap. If you got something like this on a 4K, this itself easily would have been like $60 to $100, but because it's a DVD, you still get, look at the gatefold, look at all the artwork on it, look at on the inside, all the discs, all the, oh! You know, like, and they have such cool artwork and such cool packaging and all these little bonus features that make lovers of film nerd splooge all over themselves. I don't know what I'm saying. So yes, DVD still matters in the year 2025, and people who buy DVDs today are extremely valid and should not feel invalidated because some random dude on the internet thinks otherwise. Because at the end of the day, collect what you want to collect. Don't worry about what other people are doing with their lives. Worry about your own damn life. And so yeah. Viva la DVD. So that was today's video. Let me know down below what you guys think about DVDs in the year 2025. That has been it. I've been Mason from the Mockbuster YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe because it's free and it means a whole lot to me. Anyways, I've been Mason from the Mockbuster YouTube channel. Please have yourself a good day, night, evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you're watching this. Please stay safe and God bless. Peace, cheers, and long live physical media. See you guys.